Sports Slay with the Queen, Micah K. Now remember, I'm doing this for the love of the game. You know what time it is, but this time around, it's not just football on Wednesdays. We got some boxing talk and some basketball talk, okay? So we got all three sports rolled into one. Now I need all my ladies and fellas, make sure you get them wine glasses out. Now if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell. Now let's get started because we got a lot of tweets to unpack. Now the first tweet is from @PaulHimboKids. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name properly, but his Twitter handle is @PaulHimbo. Let's talk a little bit about his bio really quickly. He is a content producer for @GetUp, ESPN, and #Greeny on @ESPN Radio. Let's get into his first tweet. Elected to the Hall of Fame at 43 years old, Steve Young, Dan Marino, John Elway, Joe Montana, Otto Graham. Okay, Tom Brady will start the Super Bowl at 43. That was his first tweet. Now I will share my true thoughts, more thoughts about Tom Brady right after the Super Bowl. One thing that I want to say about Brady though is his longevity is crazy. Okay, you have to show respect to that and just his will to win. Okay, time and time again. Now let's get into the second tweet. This is also from @PaulHimbo. He talks about Matthew Stafford. Okay, Matthew Stafford injuries from 2011 through 2018. Okay, he says the back, right hand, left hand, ankle, quadriceps, ribs, right upper arm, hip, right finger, including playoffs. He started 131 of 131 games over that span. Now, regardless of how you felt about Stafford, this is coming from me, he still showed a lot of heart, courage, and toughness, plus just his overall will to win as well. Now, let's get into this third tweet. This is from Reese Waters @Reese Waters. Let's get into his bio. Host Get Up DC, host District of Champions podcast, okay? And his IG is @Reese Waters. That's REESE Waters. Now, let's talk about his tweet. He says, Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson watching Matthew Stafford get his freedom papers. Okay, you know why he's saying that? Because listen, if you play for the Lions, it's like, oh my goodness, it's no joke. You feel like you're trying to escape an organization that doesn't put their best foot forward. Okay, now this is such a good usage of a clip. This is when D Wade, I believe he was a judge for the NBA All-Star Dunk Contest. Okay, really good usage overall, just the tweet with the video. Okay, now Lions have lost great Hall of Fame players because of the leadership, in my opinion, and the organization has been terrible. Once again, this is something that I have discussed in the past. They did not put their players in the best possible position to succeed. That's why you hear certain stories about Calvin Johnson and wanting certain players to come, or feel like, man, are we ever going to be able to win? Then you hear certain stories about the great legendary Hall of Famer Barry Sanders. And okay, side note, let me give you guys a plug on my channel. I did a Go Talk Tuesday. Some of you might not be familiar with that. Okay, I also do Go Talk Tuesdays, and that will be coming back soon. I did a Go Talk Tuesdays on Barry Sanders. Make sure you guys check out those trivia questions as well. Now, also, if you didn't know, especially if you do not follow a lot of football, Matthew Stafford is now going to be going to the Los Angeles Rams. I think that is going to be really good for him. So, cannot wait to see how that plays out. Now, let's get into the fourth tweet. Now, we are going to transition into some basketball talk. Now, the NBA, listen, it definitely delivers juice. This fourth tweet is from Katie Edgington, okay? @Katie Edgington. Her bio says, oh, listen, my friends like my mom more than they like me. I thought that was a cute, straight to the point bio, really good. And then she says, tweets and opinions are my own. Now let's get into her tweet, all right? Very simplistic, good tweet as well. Who wore better? Then she said, #courtsidekaren. So you have the picture of courtside Karen. Then you have the picture of Cameron Diaz in the movie There's Something About Mary. Y'all, I had tears in my eyes. You listen, if you know me, I'm a very fun person. I'm a very silly person. I love to laugh. So when I first saw the tweet, I was like, this is crazy. This is really funny. This is what you call elite tweeting, excellent use of the photos, and straight to the point wording. Okay, listen, that's why I said I gotta up my Twitter game. I wish some of y'all are really good at just coming up with really good tweets. Now, let's hold off. Let's take a Let's take a sip, okay? Because listen, the juice in the NBA is so crazy. Okay, everybody take a sip with me real quick. Let's get into some other things. Now, let me give you a little bit of background for those of you who don't, watch a lot of basketball. In particular, some of my ladies who want to tap into afternoon sports slate, but sometimes they don't know what I'm talking about. So I still appreciate the support. So let me give you a little background. So let's refer to the notes. Courtside Karen was a heckler at the Lakers vs. Hawks game. Excuse me if you hear background noise, that's from upstairs. Now, mind you, the Lakers were in Atlanta and Karen had courtside seats with her husband at the game in Atlanta. She claims LeBron was being disrespectful to her husband, okay? Now, this leads to the next tweet. Now, before we get into the next tweet, all right, let's take another sip because look, you hear what Courtside Karen is saying. She said that LeBron was being disrespectful to her husband. Now, she tried to come for the king, but she failed, okay? Listen. Now, let's get into the fifth tweet. We're going to transition to this fifth tweet. This is from @JoelsFit 21. His bio is Virginia 757. He is a certified personal trainer and specialist fitness nutrition, strength and conditioning coach, sneaker enthusiast, and Star Wars geek. Now, he said the king is cold-blooded, laugh out loud, #courtside Karen. Let's get into also basically this was a quoted tweet because he basically was tweeting with the quote from LeBron James, okay? Let's get into what LeBron James said. He said, "I love the fans, but I don't take that kind of talk from anybody. There's a line that should never be crossed. She came at me with blatant disrespect, so I told them to sit their A down. I thought I was talking to a father and daughter until she started calling him husband. I was stunned." Okay, let's read this one more time. LeBron, we're going to take a sip after what LeBron said at the end. He said, "I thought I was talking to a father and a daughter until she started calling him husband. I was stunned." Brian, you know you're funny. Now, who's been paying attention to what else been saying? Because basically some people saying, listen, she looks older than 25 because she came out and said that she was 25. And then other tweets are saying basically she's 25 and a gold digger. So it's been some wild tweets about Courtside Karen and everything that went on Monday night. You had to be on social media and you had to be tapped into basketball and the Lakers versus the Hawks game, okay? Now, the last thing we are going to do, we're going to transition into a little bit of sprinkle of boxing and then we will be done, okay? Let's talk about this last tweet. It's from Leonard Ellerby @Ellerby. His bio is CEO of Mayweather Promotions. Now, if you follow boxing, you know about him. He has been alongside the great Floyd Mayweather, alongside him, especially when it comes to press conferences and promotion things, okay, with major events. Now, he said Gervonta is the most exciting fighter in the entire sport, and it won't be long before he's boxing's biggest attraction at Mayweather promo. Now, I definitely agree. A completely focused and healthy Tank, nobody's beating him. That's my opinion. Now, I feel like I could be wrong, and if that plays out that way, I will definitely come on here and say I'm wrong. I have no problem once again admitting that. That's just like the Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truax fight. I feel, listen, I was half right. Of course, I had Plant winning, but I had Plant knocking him out. And I know Plant wanted to knock Truax out too, but of course, things happen differently. I actually wanted to explain some of the things as far as with my prediction on the Boxing Voice. I didn't get a chance to call in and say what I really wanted to say, so I am definitely going to do a short video on that pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that, because we definitely going to get into more boxing and basketball talk as soon as the Super Bowl is over. Also, really quickly, I have a new Slayer Star Spotlight of the week, but I am not going to reveal the name or talk about anything about the video until this weekend. It will be for Slay Saturdays, and trust me, I got a lot of good content on the way. I just got to edit and get it out there, okay? Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, and definitely hit the like button, okay, guys? Especially if you like hearing what I'm talking about. Now, this is Afternoon Sports Slay. This is the Queen, Micah K, and I'm out.